Hi, Professor. My name is Satyam Pancharia, and today I'll be presenting our plan for security and ensuring compliance for Algonquin Pet Store. Let's start with the first slide. First slide is our architecture overview. First of all, here is an overall overview of our the system. It could native microservice app. The front end are built using Vue.js and backend service use Rust, Go, Python, and Node.js. It's designed to be scalable and resilient, allowing its service to be deployed independently. Some of the key services include storefront, store admin, order service, and product service. Like Makeline service and AI service is also including for the communication between services is handling with RabbitMQ or MongoDB. Yes, it's used for the data storage. RabbitMQ and MongoDB is used for the data storage, which is I am talking about in this 4 point. Uh, then in the next slide, we talk about SSO and Federal Identity Management. So to manage identity securely, I propose using Signal sign-on SS uh, for the storefront and admin portal. Like Auth0 with OpenID Connect will handle most authentication needs. And SAML can be used for any legacy system. We can integrate everything with Auth0 or Azure, AD or B2S. So this 4 point I'm talking about the whole information about how to apply SOS in the storefront and admin portal and how we use Auth0 with OpenID and integrate or with B2C. Uh, then Audit logs and event analysis. So there are main 3 points which is I cover. So it is critical to log active cross the application like a login attempt, API, access, product order edits, and AI requests. Then this log can be collected using Azure Monitor, the ELK stack, or FluentBit. Centralizing these logs help with analysis and long-term security. So it's stored log centrally and securely, but it time take too long. Uh, then our next slide is threat detection in audit log. So which is for alert, failed login and unauthorized access, bot activity, AI misuse can happen. So then use Azure Sentinel, KQL queries and GitHub Advanced Security. We can see Azure Sentinel and SQL queries can help here. We can even integrate GitHub Advanced securely and automate responses like banning IPs or sending alerts. Yeah, these are the solution to ban IP and get a notification about the about to uh, threat detection. Then our my next slide is about cloud native security. So there are main 3 points for Azure policy for governance, then Azure Key Wallet for the secrets, then Azure Container Registry for an image, then use GitHub Actions with uh, OIDC for to cover CI/CD pipeline. So Azure provided powerful tools for cloud native security. Azure policy help enforce governance. Uh, then Azure Container Registry can scan the container for image vulnerabilities. For deployments, I'd use GitHub Actions with OIDC to enable our CI/CD. Then in the next slide, I'm talking about organizational policy enforcement. So four main key points which I covered to secure at a scale means having our solid policies, role-based actions control, will separate permissions for admin, workers, and customers. So O0 or 2 scope and custom IAM roles. That means we'll also use auth to scopes and custom for the roles. Naming conventions, tagging, and region restriction can help enforce standards. Will also block public-facing deployment unless they have been approved. So for the we have to like block the public-facing deployments to approve this policy. Then we'll talk about security automation. So again, the four important things. First of all, let's talk about the automation. So GitHub Actions will handle CI/CD pipeline and run checks like lending, security scanning, and validation of infrastructure as a code. Incident playbooks can be triggered using Logic App and Sentinel for secrets. Then it says you use GitHub Actions and Ravi for and Azure Policy. Then which I talk in, in here is incident playbook via Logic App or Sentinel, then secret rotation via Azure Automation or and key wallet. Then at the end we'll talk about what I learned and what the overall summary and what best practices we can see in this slide. So to all cover it in the one slide. So this approach follows DevOps security and operation principles to integrated early in the development cycle. Here I'm talk about like centralized logging and monitoring for visibility. So using containers giving a scalable consistency and then overall we end up with an application that is secure, auditable, and compliant with a model cloud standard. So it's a secure, auditable, and compliant application architecture that I try to create in this whole PPT. Yeah, so that's all from my side. Thank you so much.